One concept that's useful to frame our mindset about our things is the concept of minimalism. When I say minimalism, I don't mean owning 100 things or less, or total detachment from worldly belongings. Rather, I find useful the definition of minimalism by Joshua Becker of Becoming Minimalist. He states, minimalism is the intentional promotion of the things we most value by removing everything that distracts us from it. But this begs the question, what do we value the most? Of course, it varies from person to person, but for us as Muslims, we're blessed to have an easy answer. We know that our true home is in the hereafter and our purpose is to worship Allah. But in this noisy, chaotic world, how do we remain focused on our ultimate goal? Hi, I'm Amanda from Decluttering Queen HTX. I'm passionate about living an intentional, simplified life through decluttering our physical spaces. Continuously decluttering helps me live with purpose and stay focused on the akhirah. Let's declutter together to make space for more joy, peace, and freedom. One of the major distractions and time wasters in this life for us all, but especially for sisters and women, is caring for a house full of excess stuff. Our houses have stacks of Amazon boxes, counters piled high, overstuffed closets, and floors that are a minefield of toys. It can be very maddening. That's why modifying our buying habits and regularly decluttering our homes is so essential. In other words, changing the way we look at our stuff so that we don't accumulate so much in the first place, and so that it's easier to let go. The most effective way to remove distractions is to remember death, and then refocus on what will help us once we die, and then declutter the items that won't benefit us. We can declutter anything, from our time to our relationships, to our commitments. But today I want to focus on decluttering our physical spaces and our attachment to physical things. So why decluttering? To declutter in the physical sense is to remove unnecessary items from an untidy or overcrowded space. That could be our physical space, but we could also relate that to the state of our minds. It changes everything to have a peaceful, ordered, functional home. We are integrated beings. Our souls are affected by our physical state and our environment. What we see, hear, eat, and do, and the places we reside are all inroads into our hearts. Our home is the one place we spend the most time and have the most control. It makes sense, then, to focus on curating a peaceful, beautiful, restful retreat where we can recharge our souls before we go out again to face the challenges of this world. Our hearts and souls are the greatest beneficiaries of decluttering. On the worldly level, decluttering improves focus, mental health, and self-confidence. It reduces stress and anxiety and increases feelings of peace and tranquility. Being in a highly simplified space improves memory, health, and well-being. It can even remove tension and improve our relationships. Most importantly, simplifying and owning less saves us time and money to spend on the life pursuits that matter to us most. One benefit of decluttering that most people don't think of is that for us as Muslims, decluttering is a means to avoid regret on the Day of Judgment. Decluttering helps us hold the dunya in our hands and not in our hearts, to keep it in its place and not unduly elevate its status. By actively auditing our belongings and only keeping what we truly need and what is helping us in our servanthood to Allah and adding value to our lives and serving us, we call ourselves to account before we are called to account. We can face our buying mistakes, feel that sense of regret, and then ask Allah's forgiveness while we still have time. And then we commit to making better decisions about our consumption and the use of our time and our wealth in the future. Material wealth is only valuable insofar as it helps us in our servanthood of Allah. Allah loves for us to use our wealth to provide for our families, to give in charity, to support beneficial endeavors, and to help in our ibadah. But it loses its benefit when we fall into excess and consume beyond reasonable necessity. When we look at our belongings with intentionality and declutter the unnecessary, it helps us focus on our ibadah and on the akhirah. If you found value in this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Also, look for part 2 coming up soon.